getting to the end of the project to only realize that your profits have been cut, yeah, that sucks. In this video, I'm sharing 3 things with you that includes deciding on your profit margins as well as protecting your profit margins. Are you ready? For the best government contracting and small business advice, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you get notified each week when we drop new videos right here on the channel every Thursday and when we go live on Tuesdays. One of my clients used the same strategy or information that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today and knocked it out of the ballpark to the tune of millions of dollars. Hello. Here's the deal. If you're probably in my community watching my videos, you are a for-profit business. Am I right? So what does that mean? You're here to make money in your business, all right? And so you need to make sure that not only are you making money, but your business is profitable. That is the goal, all right? So let's dive in. I have 3 steps to deciding and protecting your profits. So I want to share with you, and I have my notes because I want to give you some definitions today. What is profit? So I want to define profit for you, if that's all right, and bear with me. All right, so profit is a financial gain, okay? I never take for granted who I'm speaking to and where you're at, what level you're at. So I want to make sure that you get the basics down because it's very, very important, okay? So what is a profit? A profit is a financial gain, and it's what's left over after expenses, okay? So what's the difference between the amount you earned minus expenses? So what does that mean? So what I'm saying is when you complete a project, they deposit the money into your bank account or however you get it into your bank account, right? Whatever you charge them, they put that amount into your bank account. Now, theoretically, you don't get to keep all of that because you have expenses associated with the project. So you have the money come in and then you have to deduct, subtract, take away the expenses. And then what you have left is your profit, okay? Now, number 2, what is a profit margin, okay? So profit margin is the revenue from sales that exceeds your business expenses, which I just gave you the formula just previously, right? So it is your revenue from sales that exceeds your business expenses. Now, let me share with you some of the things that can negatively impact your profit margins beyond your expenses that you've accounted for already, okay? One of the things could be increased cost. So, maybe the vendor gave you one quote and then by the time you go to order it, the price has changed, especially if they don't give you where they'll hold the price for so many days and things like that. So increased cost in your cost of goods sold could be an issue. Delivery schedules could put you behind on a project, if they can't deliver tools, products, whatever it is you need for your project as scheduled, then it can put the whole schedule behind, which can in turn affect your profit margin, okay? And then the other thing is, just going over schedule, right? So if you have a schedule to adhere to complete a project. So for example, if you said you would create or complete the project, say in 5 days, and it wind up taking 10 business days or 15 business days. So now you've went over on your schedule, right? And it's definitely going to impact your bottom line profit because initially say you accounted for 5 days. So you accounted to have the workers for 5 days and pay them X amount of dollars. Well, if it went over 10 days, times it by 2. So now you just lost, right, 5 days worth of expenses, and that is being taken away from your bottom line profit margin. So you always want to be very, very careful with your schedules, and definitely be monitoring your cost as well as the schedule. So you always want to be monitoring the cost as well as the schedule. And so as your project is ongoing and you're spending, maybe to get things, pay people, whatever, you need to have a pause on that spending and a cost on production or services being provided timely and that kind of thing, to make sure it's not going to affect you. And as I said, come back and bite you in the butt when you start looking at those end numbers of your project. Okay, so I want you to comment below and let me know, are you happy with your profit margins? Like whatever profit margin you're using currently in your business, are you happy with that? And from month to month, if you have consistency in your business, the question is your bank account growing? Have you looked at it like that? And I don't mean you're draining the bank account every month. I'm talking about, is the bank account growing? Money is accumulating in your bank account. And then answer the question. What was the question? Let me say it again. Are you happy with your profit margins? Let me know down in the comments. Okay. All right. So I have one last thing on profit margins before we wrap this up today. Okay. How do you decide profit margin? So I know this is a question I get asked quite often, and people say, well, what should my profit margin be? Again, I don't know. Okay. So here's the thing. Like I said in the previous video, if you can't price your projects, you have a problem. Okay. Now I can point you in some areas and some things to look at to determine your profit margin that you're going to use, that percentage. But one, I would never tell you what to use. First of all, it's your business and you need to make decisions as a business owner. Okay. I'm not going to hold that space for you. That's your space. You hold it. I handle that in my business. And if you want to be a business owner and step up into that role of the CEO of your business, then you have to decide what your profit margins will be. Now, how do you decide that? I can give you some things to look at, and that's what I'm getting ready to share with you now. All right. So one of the things is you can definitely look at industry standards based on what you're doing. What are other people charging as profit margins? Now, there's some pieces of that we could really dive into, but not here right now because that'll be too deep for you guys. But just think, in general, what are the industry standards? Okay. And then also you need to know your numbers that will help you in deciding what the profit margin needs to be. And when I say know your numbers, I'm talking about, your expenses and things like that, which we talked about in the video from last week. So if you didn't watch it, I'll put the link down below. Go back and check that out as well. Okay. You also need to know what your expenses are, not only for the project, but your business expenses in general. Because when you're just starting out, one of your goals should always be to get to a place and space where your business can not only support the business expenses, but it can take care of you personally as well. That's when you've arrived, because that's when a lot of people, because I know some of you guys are still in your jobs and you're doing this on the side, not knocking anything. I started that way too. And you have to get to a point to where your business can take care of you so you can quit your job. All right, if that's your goal. And then the last thing is you need to know, and you really have to be clear on this, is your project cost. Project cost and your expenses associated with the project, you have to know those numbers. And then you need to know your overhead expenses in your business as well. Okay. You can also look at historical data, and if you're good with numbers, you may be able to figure out profit margins that way as well. But you have to figure out what profit margin you're going to use. And you can definitely start with industry standards. That's a great place to start in determining profit margins. And then again, the other costs associated with that you need to be mindful of. Okay. So there you have it. The numbers you need to know, right, in order to come up with your pricing, the numbers you need to know and the numbers you need to include in your pricing so that you can protect your bottom line profits. Okay. So remember now, if you can't price right now, okay, the first thing is being aware and saying, hey, I need some help with this pricing and profit thing. That's good. Learn how to do it. But now is the time. If you're bidding opportunities, if you're doing work, you need to know these numbers so that you can assure, one, that you're covering your costs. That's an ugly feeling to have if you do a project and you didn't even cover your costs. So definitely you didn't get any profits, but you didn't even cover your costs. So now you're coming out your pocket to do a project. That's not cool at all. So you definitely want to make sure you're able to do that. And if it's a problem for you, fix it. It's okay. Realize it's a gap. Realize there's some missing pieces, find out what they are and fill them. Okay, put those pieces to the puzzles together so that you can price and profit on your opportunities. Now, if you need help with that, definitely you can check us out inside the Contractor's Edge Bootcamp. Again, in module 3, bid and profit, we got you on this. There's a bid formula in there, everything waiting to help you in profiting on that next opportunity. All right, now in there, you're also going to get my first bid done fast formula. It's really, really cool. All right. So definitely just check it out. If you want help with it, I'll put the link down below, FeliciaStreeter.com/bootcamp. If you need help with bidding and pricing, profiting on projects, come join us. And one other thing before we wrap up, definitely, if you're digging what I'm putting down, definitely hit the like button, show some love. It just takes the hitting of a little button. Go ahead, and if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that so that you get notified when new videos drop every week, so you can get this training. This is free training I'm doing here for you guys every week, so definitely take advantage of that and hit the notification bell so you get notified when the video drops, as well as when I go live here on the channel. So I don't want you to miss out. There's no excuses, right? You just have to take action. That's the action for today. Like, subscribe, notification bell. All right. So until next time, I'll see you right back here real soon. Bye for now.